What? Nothing. Okay, there we go. Good afternoon. How are you today, Francis?
I am great, thank you. Good afternoon. On this chilly afternoon
In Chicago.
in Chicago. That part, yes.
So, welcome everyone. Today, our topic for weekly check in, Life Unscripted, will be cervical cancer. I'm going to touch basis on that. And I'm going to introduce myself and then I'm going to allow Frances to introduce herself. My name is Veronica White. I have a nonprofit. It's called Help from a Sister. We cater to single parents with children with autism children that are on the autism spectrum. We help provide tools, techniques, and resources to help them transition from where they are to where they want to be. Um, that's near and dear to me because my grandson was just diagnosed with autism and I was a single parent. So I'll let Frances introduce herself.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Frances Hawkins. I specialize in life insurance and investments, but however, I wear a couple of different hats. Um, Change Your Life Foundation is being reinstated, where Changing Lives is mandatory, where we help unwed, displaced mother and children and families. That's about it for now. But this topic that we do is very inspiring to me as well. So I'm a part of. Thank you, Veronica.
Awesome. You are welcome. So, how have you been this week? Tell me what's going on. How are things going?
OMG. I've been good. I can't complain. The week is progressing. Last week and things of that nature. Getting what ready for the weather. My tongue is tying up for some apparent reason.
So true.
We have some very good stuff to talk about. But yes, my last week was very good. No complaints.
Awesome. It's some interesting things that happen. But do you see us on Facebook?
I don't. I
Me
did, and I see that we are. It's clicked in. That's saying you are live, but I don't see it.
I don't see it on mine either.
My Facebook page is not live.
It's not on there.
Let me check and make sure. Yeah, mine is. Okay, mine do say live.
Yours is saying live. So why is mine not seeing it?
hmm
Okay, you are live. It says I am. So I
So
don't know.
you know what you might be looking for your. You all have to excuse us for a minute. You might have to go to your main profile. You know how you tap on it and go to your main profile. It does show all your history, everything you done posted or reshared, and go there because it should have live and a ring around it.
Okay, I'm about to do come out and come back in, so it would do that. There it is. I see it.
You see it
Okay.
now. We getting
Yeah.
it together. Getting it together.
Just want to make sure we're seeing it. Okay, awesome. Okay, so this week has
Oh,
been very interesting. Go
one
ahead.
thing, if you don't mind, our meeting that we had was phenomenal. I
Thank you.
love that meeting. I'm so grateful that God has allowed for me to meet people that can help us grow while we helping them grow as well. And Leslie coming to the team, coming to the meeting is going to be a good thing for us. Even
And
though we have to do
Les,
our homework, but it's going to be worth it.
it is. She had a lot of good information, and
She
I
did.
like the fact that she was like, based on my research, this is what I found, this, and this. I want to share this information with you all, but don't take my word for it. Go
Yes,
and research it for yourself.
for yourself.
For when I tell you she had information on several different topics, and she went back from the beginning
And you
to
know what?
this.
Excuse me. But you know what? Maybe one day we can have her on the show with us.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Oh, Yes. Okay, so let me tell you about something I found out this week that was really good. And if anybody has parking tickets with the city of Chicago that are old or 3 months old or longer, they have a program that they just started. It's called a Clear Path, where you go, you put in your information. If your income is below the poverty level, then they're going to, it takes 8 to 12 weeks, but they'll forgive all those tickets.
Wow.
So I'm going to look, it's called a Clear Path for the city of Chicago. Let me get some information because that's really good.
It is. Because, you know, at one point they were suspending licensing your license for having tickets.
Yes. Now they don't do that, but they have this program. It's
Now
called
they
a New
just boot you.
Start.
Now they just boot your car after 2 tickets. So they don't.
No, it's one now. It's one ticket they can boot your car.
Get out of here.
Yes. So a young man had called my non-for-profit, and was like, "Hey, I need some help." And I was like, "Okay." He's like, "Well, how much you gonna charge me?" I said, "Well, it depends on what you need me to help you with." He's like, "I have some tickets with the city of Chicago, and I need to work out something because I just got another car, and I don't want them to boot my car." And I was like, "Well, give me a second. Let me call and make some calls. I won't charge you anything, but I don't know what programs they have for you." And he's a senior.
Okay.
But I called the city to find out what programs they had. And they told me about the Clear Path program. And I was like, okay. So I called him back and told him, and we've been trying to figure it out. So he has to find his Social Security paperwork for his income.
Okay.
And we upload that. And then hopefully 8 to 12 weeks, they'll forgive his tickets. He had about close to $2,000 in tickets. And he like, I'm on a fixed income. And they keep taking my money. They just want my money. But he was such a nice young man.
Right.
Well, nice older man. And I helped him. And by helping him, we had to speak with, he's in a senior home. One of the ladies that helped him apply for CETA, for the utility assistance.
Okay.
And then she was telling me, like, I know somebody that has tickets too. Do they have to call you? I'm like, only if they need help, but they can just go online and get fill out the application. So if anybody has tickets with the city of Chicago, it's called the Clear Path Relief Program.
Okay.
Look that up and see. Because I remember one time I probably had about $4,000 in tickets. I thought I was the mayor's daughter. I was getting tickets left and right. But these days, one ticket, I'm good. I don't play at all.
That part. So I knew they was going to have to do something to offset, because so now you're saying it's no longer 2 tickets to get a boot. It's 1 ticket.
It's 1 ticket. Yes.
Oh, wow.
And it doubles. I think they wait 30 days. The ticket doubles.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Well,
That's good
so
to
that
know.
was one interesting fact. My grandson has been tested for school. So we're looking at getting him into an ABA school, maybe on the 27th.
Congratulations.
That's a major accomplishment.
Yes,
But now
I
I have to go
know.
back and look for speech and occupational therapies because he'll get ABA,
Okay.
but speech and occupational are different components.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And the young lady, Jennifer, that came to the meeting as well, I was introduced to her by Ernest. She has a podcast called Raising Kings.
Jennifer. Was that the young lady with
He's
the
the
long
next
blonde
time.
hair?
I think it was.
Yes. Okay.
She's a single parent raising
Yeah.
2
Okay.
young men, and her youngest son is on the autism spectrum. He's 10.
Okay.
So I told her, yeah, me and her had a conversation, and she's like, oh no, I got to meet you. Like, I have to come to it. And she like, whatever we need. Matter of fact, she texted me the next day too. It's like, hey, I really enjoyed it. If anybody need the services that I offer, she said she make apps and she do things digitally.
For children with autism?
No,
No.
that's a
Okay.
business for
Oh, okay.
to help her generate additional money. She does digital products and create apps. So she
Okay.
made that service available to our community, saying, hey, if someone needs something that I have, reach out to me. Let me see how I can help.
Okay.
And she gave me some good information. I have to look into it about a PUNS program.
Okay.
PUNS program is for if a child that's on the autism spectrum, age out 18, 19 years old, and they don't have a place to live, you have to sign them up for this program, but this program will help them get a job and help them find a place to live if they don't have one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna research more about that, but that's some good information.
It is.
Yeah. Okay, so now our topic for today. Cervix cancer.
Cervical cancer.
Cervical cancer.
Actually, I'm gonna throw it back to you, but a lot of people don't know Cervical Health Awareness Month is in January. This is actually Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. So yeah, okay, Veronica, your turn.
All right. The Center for Disease Control estimate that more than 90% of cervical cancer cases are caused directly by the HPV. That that would mean that 10,000 or so who are diagnosed every year, more than 9,000 of them will have cervix cancer because of their exposure to HPV. An interesting fact when I was doing a research about it, you that's an infection from a sexually transmitted, you can transmit that during intercourse.
That can cause us cancer.
Yes. So I was like, oh, okay.
That part. Mm,
Yeah, cervical cancer is one of the most preventable types of cancer due to the effective screening methods of pap smears and the HPV test. Even though it's preventable, it doesn't have symptoms.
it don't.
The only way you'll know if you have it if you get tested and have your pap smear. I want to say they were saying you should have a pap smear every 3 years. My doctor say every 2 years.
Yeah, mine did too. Every 2 years.
Right. But when I was doing the research for this, they were saying every 3 years. I'm like, nah, I'll just stick with what my current doctor say.
Me too.
2 years.
Mm.
Did you find any interesting facts about cervix?
Nothing but everything that you just said to piggyback on is preventable with vaccinations. There are vaccination types, treatments for it. Um, and the National Cervix Center Coalition um, highlight issues related to cervical cancers, like you just said, HPV disease, and the importance
Mhm.
of the early detection by the NCCC and the American Sexual Health Association. Um, Also offer a range of resources. There's a range of resources.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a range of resources to educate the public and healthcare providers about cervical cancer, cervical health, period, not just cervical cancer. So yeah,
Okay.
that's what so and they talk about, ways to get involved like we're doing now. No, we're not doctors or anything to that nature, but we're involved
Mhm.
because we talk about what's going on every month, and they say post on social media to promote cervical health. They talk about get involved in local chapters events. I didn't know that, to promote cervical health, and also donate to cervical health research. So they got research for this.
Okay.
They know that.
And based on my research, they saying it's global and demographical insights. Cervical
Okay.
cancer is the fourth most common cancer among women worldwide.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's the fourth. Yeah.
it's the fourth. And with higher rates in low and medium income countries.
So are they saying pretty much poverty stricken?
Yes, because you're not getting tested as well. Even, yeah, you're not getting tested.
Yeah. Okay.
And the offset age is most commonly diagnosed between women 35 and 44 years of age.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. That's good stuff to know. So
Yeah. That is true. It's a couple of other things I wanted to mention. So, prevention and lifestyle. If you smoke cigarettes, you're at a higher risk to get the HVC infection, HPV infection.
right.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Wait. I got this saying. Because believe it or not, I used to smoke. I've been delivered 20, it'll be 21 years this year.
Oh,
And
amazing. We got to
thank
celebrate
you.
all of us.
Thank you. Yes. And I came up with this saying, I'm like, I look at people smoke. I don't knock anybody. Been there, done that. It wasn't for me. Me and my father had to have a conversation. So thank you for deliverance because I can take it. But I sit up and I'm like, I was paying them to kill me with all
Yes.
the toxics that's in a cigarette. Now to know because you're smoking that it would what you said it would do with the HPV, it would trick
It lowers your immune system.
it. Okay, yeah, with the toxics in the cigarette, it would lower your immune system. So you double doing it.
Yeah.
Why would you want to pay someone to kill you? I mean, maybe because it's a four. I'm not. I'm not knocking. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be one of them people. But I had to come up with like, okay, smoking cigarettes. I'm just paying somebody. I'm paying them to kill me.
Correct.
And it isn't a affordable addiction. Alcohol. I'm just saying for that. But it becomes to be affordable addiction. So wow, I didn't know that. But it makes sense though. Smoking cigarettes lower your immune system to have
Yeah.
you open for wow to different diseases
Immune system.
besides the other cancer because it's cancer as well.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it says regular checkups. So women should begin cervical cancer screening, pap smears, at the age of 21 or earlier based on risk factors.
Right. Now, if cervical cancer is sexually transmitted, did they say that?
Yes. Yes.
HPV, correct?
Yes. The HVC infection will, yes.
Okay. So do that mean technically men walks around with it as well?
They could be a carrier of
It
it.
could be. That's what I'm talking about when I say walk around with it. They're carrying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They walk around with it, so they're
Yes.
carriers because they don't know they have it.
Yes. Correct.
But it's until the women go and get treat well not treat to get
Check it
they
out.
pap smears and things like that. Now the good part about it too, I've read up and seen that some of them it'll go away. Yeah,
Hmm. Okay.
some of it could go away. Some of it stays, but some go away. And but they have to monitor you to make sure to see where you at and stuff. I was like, oh wow, sometimes they have the screening. They have the screening and stuff. When you go to the doctor, they'll be talking.
Right.
And things of that nature. And I was like, oh okay, but yeah, nevertheless, it's sexually transmitted.
Yes.
You know,
It's good to have those conversations first. Let's get to know any and everything about you
that
before we
part.
get to that point.
In a minute, everybody gonna be going around and saying, "Let me see your card. Here go my card right here." When last time you went?
Hey, that's about knowing your numbers too.
That part, yes. About
Yeah,
knowing your numbers.
all your numbers, financial, health, education. Hey, every budgeting, like hey, whatever numbers they are, know
Right.
them. Check in.
Yes.
That's why we on a weekly check in.
Yes. Yes. Unscripted. Yes. But that's why now they're having it where children. I mean, I don't know the age range. They'll start giving them vaccinations to help them to get to prevent them from catching HPV. You know,
Mm.
I've seen it on the, commercials. I haven't seen the commercials too, but they used to have the commercials for children. I don't know the age range. I think it's 12 and up. 12, yeah. But it stopped at a certain age. But it started at a certain age, and it stopped at a certain age for the prevention. For the vaccination
Okay.
prevention
Well, I
for the
know
HPV.
they start the vaccinations when the kids are babies, and they
Yeah.
got different types for the different ages. And I think up until high school,
Oh wow.
you're taking different vaccinations when you go. They be like, oh, well, you need a shot for this or that. I remember one of the shots was for, is it meningitis
It
that
is.
you can get by kissing?
I I don't know for sure.
It's one of them. I know I told
We're gonna
my
have to look that
kids.
up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up. But I know I told them when they were teenagers, like, you can get a disease from kissing. So don't be kissing people because you can get a disease. Hey, hopefully they don't, because my daughter don't have no kids yet. My son
Oh,
had the first one at 21.
okay. Yeah.
So
But yeah, so that's something we do know. You can, I don't want to say outgrow it, but it can go away in some cases.
well, it depends on your immune system.
It does.
Yeah, if you're taking or doing things to help support your immune system, or are you doing the things to help tear it down?
Right.
And cigarettes are one of the things that will help weaken your immune system. I'm pretty sure alcohol, to a certain extent, helps weaken your immune system.
Right.
So, with the regular checkups, even if you're doing those items, or if you're smoking or drinking, just go to the doctor to get your regular checkups, because there they'll be able to detect it and they can treat it. But if you
Right.
don't go and it's been several years, things can happen.
Yes. So that's why that yearly checkup is important, or your every 6 month checkup, depends on your numbers, as we say, the numbers, your numbers. So if you got to go every 2 months, every three, every 6 months, go, because it will make a big difference.
Yeah, definitely, it sure will. So, Francis, tell me a little about you. How many siblings do you have?
Oh wow. I am a child of 17.
Hmm.
I'm a child of 17. My nine by my mom, three by my biological father, and it was six. One of my brothers passed um, by my stepfather. So
Hmm.
17 of us.
Wow. Okay.
Pretty big family.
Yeah, I have so you have a big family. One
Right.
of us. Oh, my screen just went out. Okay.
Froze a
Yes,
little bit.
21 of us. My mom has seven,
One.
21.
Ooh.
And I'm the only one that kind of connects them all.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom has 7 children. I'm the oldest. Well, I'm the oldest child my mom and dad have. And I'm the
Okay.
only child they have together. So
Okay.
after me, she went and had 6 other children. And my
Right.
dad said, okay, they act like they was in competition because he went and had 8 kids. And then he helped raise my stepsisters. It was 3 of them. Young lady he dated for several years. And he went and married, well,
Is
he
it?
dated her. She had 3 kids.
Uh
One of my brothers, he went and married his mom, and she had 2 children. And then he helped take care of those kids. Well, I mean, my dad helped take care of a lot of kids.
Right.
So I have a mom, 2 stepmoms. I only have one daddy. Let's be real clear about that. It's only one daddy. And I don't claim nobody else. I don't even claim their kids. But with my stepmoms, man, they're like night and day. And my favorite stepmom, the one that I love the most, was not the one that taught me the lessons that made me the woman I am today.
Okay.
But I loved it. And and one of the reasons I started loving her when I was younger was when we would go and pick her up, it would be me and my dad. You know, I'm always on the passenger side of with my dad. When she got in the car, she told me to just move over. I'm
Oh
like,
wow.
so now I'm next to my daddy, which I'm in heaven, and she
Right.
sits there. Now, my other stepmom, the one who has the 3 daughters, she had a baby in her hand and she had 2 other kids. So she would tell me to get in the back. We was at odds from day one. From day one, we were
That
at
was
odds.
the wrong thing to say. Daddy's girl. Wrong thing.
Yes. But she is the one who taught me valuable lessons because me growing up as a child, I'm thinking, well, I knew it's me first because that's my daddy. And then all your children should be behind me because that's not their dad. And she used to tell me, she didn't get upset with me or anything. She just like, no, that's not how it is. Yes, that's your dad, and these are my daughters, but we're together. So we look at the kids age appropriate. Y'all all the same.
Okay.
Even though I had to tell her several times, like, no, that's so not the case. It shouldn't be like that. But in reality, my adult self, no, that's the correct way of doing it. It's not his kids or my kids, it's our children. And if they priority in your life, now they're priority in my life. And I'm gonna treat them all the same.
Right. And you know what? Because you were younger, you were younger, but from day one, I think in my family it was implemented automatically. On that, and um, that's how come I tell people in a minute. Me being me, I have 7 grandkids. Period. Because technically sometimes the other one's grandparents are not around or
Yeah.
being in their lives as much as they should or things to that nature, and I'm not going to walk into a household and bring gifts for 2 and knowing that it's other 2. You don't do that to children. You know what I'm saying, because they already going through things, because we don't know what the children are going through because they don't talk to you about it. They don't say what they're missing out on, because you as that parent is trying to make sure they don't really miss out on everything. So it all plays a role, and people don't understand or thinking at that particular time, what role do I play in an individual child's life? Or how they look at that child. I don't
Yeah.
understand how when people get married, they separate, oh, I got 2 kids by him and the other 2, and I don't get that. But I thank God from the way that we were raised. No, you don't do that. When you get with a woman with kids, you got to
Mm-hmm.
take care of that one with the kids like you do your own. When a
Correct.
woman get with a man that has kids, that's the way my mother raised us. And I mean, I don't have a problem with it, because it makes it feel more loved.
That's
That
true.
I can say more love. Now it depends on how that child wants to accept it, but through the door, I'm gonna let them know, I love you. You belong to me. You one of mine. As long as you respectable, we gonna get along fine. We gonna get along good. Now, one thing for certain, two things for sure. If I'm not gonna let the biological ones disrespect me, you're sure not gonna disrespect me. I'm about to say a joke though. But before I lay hands on you, I'm gonna let your mom.
Mm.
I'm just so old school, Veronica. I'm just so old school. But it was true growing up when we would get a whipping in school and would be scared to go home and tell our mama we didn't get a whipping because she gonna whip us too. Oh my God, I got in so much trouble. And it's not family. She was out on the porch cursing. Was you out there cussing? Did she just tell you I was cussing? So I'm not gonna tell you I was. But it's just that to be there for them. That's why I have to put emphasis on to show a child love is what is needed because they're missing it in other areas from other people. That's
Mhm.
that's their blood. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna love you so much that you're not gonna know that I'm not. Is what I'm gonna give you, and
Mhm.
things to that nature. So I think the way you decided to, as you grew older, and looked like, oh, okay, yeah, she was right, but you was a child. That's your
Yeah.
dad. You're the oldest. So you're like, no, all hands up. This man's over here. It belong me. I was here first, you know,
That is true.
and things of that nature. And it was good that you got that experience because some little girls didn't. And sometimes with fathers not being around, that plays a role. You know what I'm saying? Because father needs to show their daughter how a man should treat a woman by seeing it with their mom. But sometimes the mother and father are not cohabitating together, or they just can't. So all these have
Right.
different lanes to it in the growth of children that turns into adult. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's true. Mom and both my stepmothers and their families have that same philosophy. Like we're all a big family.
Yeah.
Like my mom would give my stepmothers permission to whip me. And I had to take it back. But she was like, no, baby, if you with her, your daddy trusted her to leave you, then that's how her household rules. And my mom wouldn't go against it. Even with my stepmothers, their families welcome me, and I still to this day communicate with uncles, aunties, and cousins from both their sides.
Right.
But yeah, no, and there's not too many families and women doing that these days. They like, hey, if we're not making it and he with somebody else, no, he can't see these kids. My
That is
mom
so
wasn't like
wrong.
that.
That right
She
there is so wrong on so many different levels. I've never done that. Or either the dads went, well, I can't be with your mama, so I'm walking away from y'all too. And that, oh, come on now. And that plays a role in your DNA status. That plays a role in your medical history. All this plays a role due to the simple fact of when you get older, you never know, okay, well, diabetes ran on what side of the family? Oh, well, maybe that's where I got it from because, mama, you don't have diabetes. Or, don't know where dad is at, whatever the case may be. So all of those factors play, like I said, again, it plays a major role with knowing and being around, the biological parts being around just so as just for those things, in
correct.
case something happened and things to that nature.
Yeah, my dad didn't play. He was there. He made his presence known. Now, as far as my children's dad, they both, well, one chose not to participate. My oldest son, his dad chose not to participate. I used to
Right,
call his man every 3 months and tell him whatever you need, he needs. All I'm
right.
asking you is just come spend time with them. And
That
he
plays a
just didn't
major
know
role
how
as
to,
well.
yeah. He had a father. He said, I had a father. My father was there. I just didn't know how. He said he didn't know how to take me because I didn't cuss him out. I said, oh, okay.
You said, oh,
Yeah. My daughter's father got shot when she was 4 years old.
oh, okay.
And he had medical issues and different things that he was dealing with. But it's still at some point when he recovered, he never reached back out to develop that relationship with her. So they just kind of missed out on two amazing adults.
Right.
Like because their fathers wasn't there, my son, he was very instrumental in his children's life. Like he does what he needs to do. So
Right.
I love that about him. I love and respect that. But yeah.
That's a good thing. Um, well, my children's fathers, they played a role. So, one that didn't, like you say, he chose not to. And it was the good for the other to help raise them. So it was a good mixture. So, oh well, when you miss out, you miss out.
That is true.
That's all. But today in this day and age, looking at the children and what's going on and things of that nature, we need the fathers
We
more
need
so.
all people on deck. We
Yep.
need the
All
community.
hands on deck. There you
Yes,
go. All hands
all
on
hands
deck.
on deck.
All hands on deck. Definitely, with social media and things of that nature, I would have never thought to go do some smash and grab. I never knew nothing about squatting and things of that nature that these kids out here doing. And I never, and wait a minute, they talk about the west side of Chicago. I'm from the west side of Chicago. I didn't never think about going up in a building talking about some squatting when somebody used to live and they don't live there no. No, to be honest, I didn't learn about this crap until I got in a suburban area, you know, and things of that nature. And then we try to keep hold on the kids, but children lie, this, that, and the other. But if you tag teaming more, and they'll be like, oh, I'm getting here from here, I'm getting here from there. Oh my God, I might as well go in and try to do right. But that snatch and grab just threw me back them years. I don't know if they still doing it or whatever. The years they're doing, like that young lady that stuck at the house. Her mama thought she was in the house. She wound up dead. A
Mm.
shooting on Michigan years ago and things to that nature. So and it's just I can't even. It was just I can't even really find the word for it right now. Going to snatch and grab. You going? I'm going up. Nah. I was too scared of my mama finding.
Hold on. So what's a snatch and grab?
Like when they was running the cars into the
Oh,
wheels
the
in Nordstrom.
store.
Yes.
Okay.
And grabbing the stuff and running back out with it.
Mm.
Grab whatever they could grab, and it'd be a bunch of them. So if you don't have enough police officers or whatever, you're not gonna get them.
I think the first time I heard about that was with the Rodney King when they had
Really?
the riots for Rodney
Well, they
King.
did that for the riot. I'm talking about there was no riot. I'm talking about these
And
kids just doing it.
they
But
just called me.
they always had to make an excuse for something. When Rodney King, okay, when the Bulls won, we went and tore the city up. When Dr. Martin Luther King died, we went and tore the city up some more. It started back then, but Lord, these kids is doing it for no reason. Got their own Facebook page. What time we meet, girl? Look, and that's why I be trying to okay, keep them kids out them games, keep them kids off them phones. What the kids doing? I be, oh, my granddaughter, what are you listening to? No, turn from that. No, I heard some cursing. Turn from that, yeah, girl. Look,
I just told my grandson that about Jeffy. I don't know if your grandkids watch or listen to Jeffy on YouTube, but
Jeffy?
I told him Jeffy. It's some
Jeffy.
lit Muppets.
I don't know. They maybe do. I don't know. The young ones.
My goodness, that little boy. So it's puppets. I'm pretty sure it's a man with his socks on talking, but he talks crazy. I'm like, D, I don't want to hear that. But I'm banning Jeffy from his iPad and his cell phone.
Because you gotta watch them. That's how predators get a hold of kids. You have to watch them and things to that nature to the best of your ability, because they're not going to tell you everything. Of course not. We didn't. I know I did. So,
Not
but
at all.
when you not getting with a group of kids and y'all all going and stealing and smashing the car in there and stealing cars and having, that's why they made the law for 17-year-olds to be tried as an adult. Because back in the day, they was having 17-year-olds, the gangs having the 17-year-olds to go and do their killing or whatever. So now, no, we got y'all. We're gonna lower it down with 17 now. We're gonna do this, and they getting cases and things to that nature, and then they out there, carjacking and things to that nature to go do the smash and grab or whatever the case might be. But yeah, we could continue to pray and just hope that we as in families have to stick together. We have to help our nieces and nephews and give them information because, like I just had to tell my granddaughter, she wanted to say one thing to me. Let me explain something to you, young lady. The only way that's going to work appropriately, get off the phone, turn it off, and allow it to charge. If you're constantly using it on the cord, it's not going to charge accordingly. It's not going to charge all the way up. So we're going to have to still be on the best of our abilities. That's all I can say.
Well, limit their exposure to these. They are addicted to devices. I take it from our grandson, the 4-year-old. He has a whole fit for 2 seconds, and then he realized, well, she's not gonna give it back. So let me just do something else. But yeah, I'll take them phones and them iPads and say, no, my oldest one, DJ, was like, well, Nana, I don't even want to talk to you. I'm like, it's okay. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna ask you the questions, but I just want to see your face. Like you need to be able to have a conversation with a person, not always on your phone. And how many kids play games on their phones together?
Yeah.
They not talking to each other. They on FaceTime playing a game. Y'all can do that in person.
Yes, that part.
Yeah. Okay, so I know we've been ranting on about the grandkids and
about the grandkids, about families, about loving these kids that need the love.
We do need to love them, and we need to go back to spending time talking to them and teaching. Because right now we're letting social media and everything else teach them, and they're not learning the proper lessons.
Right, and that's why I think I'm more pumped up than Ernest is about his event, his daddy-daughter dance that's coming up. I'm going to help push that so much because I think that would play a major role in a little girl's life. I know they've had them and this, that, and the other, but for me to be a part of, to help promote one is heartfelt for me, because I feel that if the fathers didn't get a chance to do it with their daughters, do it with your granddaughters.
That's right.
If the uncles is close to their niece, do it with your niece if they daddy not around. And things to that nature. That's a nice time to get out there and try to do the Running Man and the daughters. I mean, it's gonna be good. I know it is, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward too. I'm inviting my dad. I already told my brothers about it. Like bring their daughters, and let's just do it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to my dad being there as well.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to your event as well, the autism, the single parents conference for autism.
Yeah, single parents conference focus on children that's on the autism spectrum. I'm getting some very good contacts about it. I already got a person who's going to do the decorations. She's confirmed.
Okay, good.
We already got the menu planned out. We have the venue.
Okay.
I'm reaching. Oh, and the young lady, Jennifer, and she agreed to be a speaker.
Okay.
And her child is 10 on the autism spectrum. Did you reach out?
I did not, and I just roll my eyes in the back of my head on it. I'm going to make sure I do that today. And I keep saying it, then something. I'm going to make sure I do that today. I'll give her a call today because I got a bunch of calls to make. So I'll give her a call definitely today.
Okay.
She will care for me this evening.
Okay, that's fine. Because she has information, because her son is 30. She's already been down this road. Even though some things have changed, I still want to give it from that perspective.
Right.
And
I
then
got
that young lady. I'm reaching out to Easter Seals and another, I want to say tour, but I know she's not going to want, well, I want to have vendors that provide information for children with autism. And that's where Tour comes in at with
right.
her program, because she helps the parents get the insurance they need. So therefore they can get their child ABA services
Right.
or respite services, whichever one that she can assist with. And her business is new. She needs our support and encouragement, because she's a
Yes.
new business starting out, and it was just put on her heart, and she started running with it.
I just love it when God just be God. He do what he do. He connect the people, even though you might not want to go here, but that's that person that needs you over there. And you know how it just all connect as a puzzle. You know when he tell you which way to go and just be there. You know so you could serve the greater good. You know because all of
Yeah.
us have a purpose. You know and sometimes certain things get in our ways for us not to connect, but God seemed to come in and play and bring it back together so we can connect to get things done and taken care of.
Yes.
That's good stuff. Yeah.
So those are the people I'm pushing to come. And I'm gonna look for a couple of other resources as well. I mean, you're gonna come and you're gonna share information about life insurance and the importance of it, financial
Yes.
literacy in reference to overall health of a family. So not only do we need to be there, we need to provide the resources to let them know what the services are out there and how it's vital to have insurance. Yeah, they making it mandatory now for car insurance and different things, but life happens. We don't
Ooh,
know when and where.
we don't.
And
We don't.
insurance is that
We
rainy day
we
fund.
we do not. Especially from being in the business. I'm looking at everything that I've learned because putting aside some money, even though they're straddling both sides of the fence, I might say, from income dropping, going up and down, still managed to put money away. Not saying it was easy all the time, but I still had to do that because the first thing people do is say, "Oh, I need to go borrow some money from somewhere." Well, you could have set this money over to the side and let it build because you're gonna forget. When I tell you, you will forget money is coming out your account to be put up somewhere until you extremely needs it. You forget about it, and then you're able to go and touch it without worrying about going and borrowing it somewhere. Just for case of emergency. But what I found out that happens sometimes is two things, three things. People think they can't do it. They don't want to listen, or they think they know more than you do. Those are
Mm,
three things that I found out. But like the word said, whosoever will. So when I talk to them, they see the vision. We do what we need to do for them. And I've had one just the other day. I was at a breakfast because I'm getting healed back in OES, and one of the sisters was like, "I am so grateful that you had me to start my Roth IRA, that you talked to me about it." So she done her paperwork and they got it started for her. She said, "I'm seeing
awesome.
it grow," because we also help the people that they have a business but don't have anything set up from their business for retirement. And she
Mm,
think I didn't even bring the subject up, but for her to bring it up to show me that she was thankful, that made me feel heartfelt, and for me to continue to do what I do for whoever want to listen. So yeah, it's very important because even if you're saving, you don't get the life insurance, something happened, you can still put the money out of there and do what you need to do in some cases. But
that is
we're gonna have
true.
a good talk about that.
I know we're gonna say that for another topic.
Yeah.
But thank you all so much for letting us share this information with you on your Sunday. Francis, do you have any closing words?
No, just keep plugging in. We like having fun and talking and giving information so we can all grow together. And if there was any comments, we're going to try to get back to them to see if anybody want to talk about on on another Sunday, or things we need to look up. We don't know everything. We're just trying. We're trying to be here longer. We're trying to help families. We just trying. We're trying to learn more things. To help educate each other. So we're just trying. So if there's anything that you don't know, you want to know, or you can't find out yourself, because we're gonna bring it.
Exactly. Let us know. Let us have that conversation and open it up so you can get the information. And we're a family. Like, it's no question is too big or too small. There's no wrong question or no dumb question, but no, it's no wrong question. Thank you so much. We've taken enough of your time today. This was Life Unscripted Weekly Check-In with Veronica and Francis. Ernest will probably be back next week.
Yep, next week.
Because we didn't mention him today. But okay. Let's do the outro. Oh, it didn't end.